Now let's have a look at the answers. Is a supercomputer as big as a room? Well, that's a trick question. It depends how big the room is, but also it depends on the computer. Yes, some supercomputers do occupy an entire room, or in some cases, an entire warehouse. So that answer is true. Does a supercomputer have superpowers? Well, in short, yes. That's what makes them super. Like Superman has superpowers, a supercomputer has superpowers. Some supercomputers are built for purpose, while others may be more generic and encompass a wider range of computing requirements. Certain machines are built for a very specific purpose, and they will have very unique abilities that even other supercomputers can't match. Are supercomputers a very expensive computer? In the most part, yes. Again, that's a bit of a tricky question. You get a wide spectrum of what would constitute as a supercomputer, and the costs associated with that might be different too. For example, the Texas Advanced Computing Center TACS supercomputer Stampede cost a running budget of $60 million, which in South African rands is close to 1 billion rand. That's a pretty expensive computer. But $60 million doesn't compare to, say, a $250 million system. So it's all very relative. You can build a supercomputer for your school, university, or maybe you want to mine some Bitcoin at home. Those built-for-purpose machines might cost you as little as 100,000 rand. That might sound like a lot to you as a student, but when you compare that to the price of a $60 million system, it's not very expensive. Is a supercomputer a very fast computer? Yes. There's a little more nuance to what constitutes as a fast computer, but for our purposes, yes, a supercomputer is a fast computer. Is a supercomputer made up of things that are not generally available to the public? Yes and no. There are certain parts that might be bleeding edge technology that are protected by an NDA, and you may not be able to get your hands on that as the general public, but by and large, a supercomputer, or what makes a supercomputer, is typically available off the shelf. But we'll get more into that later. Is a supercomputer not really a computer at all? What we would consider to be a supercomputer would fit what we consider to define as a computer. That would mean that none of the above is also wrong.